Hey there, legacy of old age family. Welcome back to our warm, cozy corner where we share health, wisdom, and the kind of unstoppable spirit that keeps us thriving well into our golden years. I'm Dr. James Carter, your trusted friend and health guide, here to walk with you like I would my own grandparents, sitting on the porch swapping stories over a glass of iced tea. Today, we're diving into something that could stop you in your tracks, something so alarming it might make you rethink that little symptom you've been brushing off as just a lingering cold. Picture this. You're at your favorite diner down the road. The one with the red checkered tablecloths and the jukebox humming an old country tune, enjoying a slice of pie with your best friend. You clear your throat, maybe cough a bit, thinking it's nothing, just a leftover from that bout with COVID a while back. Or maybe you're at the county fair with your grandkids, laughing as they tug you toward the Ferris wheel, and you cough again, waving it off as dust from the fairgrounds. It feels like no big deal, just part of getting over a virus, right? But what if that symptom is a red flag, a warning sign that 90% of seniors are experiencing after COVID? One that doctors are urgently pointing to as a possible signal of lung cancer. Here's the shocker that'll make your heart skip a beat. A staggering 90% of seniors who've had COVID are showing this one symptom, and studies are raising alarms that it could be linked to lung cancer, a disease that claims 150,000 lives every year in the U.S. alone, according to the CDC. That's right, 90 of us could be carrying a clue that's far more serious than we realize. I'm here to pull back the curtain on this symptom, what it means for seniors like you, and why you need to act fast if you're noticing it. This isn't some scare tactic or wild guess. It's grounded in rock-solid research from places like the American Lung Association, Harvard Medical School, the National Institutes of Health, and the CDC. I'll reveal exactly what this symptom is, why it's showing up so often after COVID, and how it could be a warning of lung cancer or something else you can't ignore. Most importantly, I'll arm you with practical, down-to-earth steps to protect yourself. From simple checks you can do at home to life-saving habits that fit your life, like your favorite pair of boots. We're not just sounding alarms today, we're giving you the tools to take control, stay strong, and live longer. All while building that legacy of health, joy, and resilience we're all about here at Legacy of Old Age. So grab a seat, maybe a cup of coffee, and hit that like button if you're ready to take charge. I've got a question for you right off the bat. Have you noticed any lingering symptoms since COVID that just won't go away? Drop it in the comments. I'm all ears for your stories, and they might just spark a light for someone else in our community. COVID changed the world in ways we're still unpacking, didn't it? For seniors, it's been a particularly tough road, those long months of worry, the masks, the isolation, maybe even a battle with the virus itself. The CDC says 80% of seniors over 65 have had COVID at least once, and while many of us fought through it, the aftermath isn't always as simple as getting back to normal. Your lungs, your heart, your immune system, they've been through a war, and they don't always come out unscathed. The American Lung Association drops a sobering truth. Seniors who've had COVID are 30% more likely to face long-term health issues. And one symptom in particular is showing up in 90% of us, a symptom that's raising red flags because it could point to something as serious as lung cancer. That's not just a number. It's a wake-up call, a reminder that what feels like a minor nuisance could be your body crying out for attention. As a doctor, I've seen too many folks dismiss these signs, thinking they're just part of getting older or nothing to worry about, only to wish they'd acted sooner. That's why I'm so passionate about getting this message to you, because knowing what to watch for and what to do about it can mean more mornings waking up with energy, more afternoons playing cards at the diner with your buddies, more evenings rocking on your porch with your grandkids, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of gold and pink. It's not about living in fear. It's about living with power, taking charge of your health, so you can keep writing your story for years to come. Ever had a symptom linger after an illness and wondered if it's something more? Share that in the comments. Your story might just help someone else in our legacy of old age community. So what's this symptom that 90% of seniors are showing after COVID, the one doctors are linking to lung cancer? It's a persistent cough, a cough that sticks around for weeks, even months, long after you've recovered from the virus. It's not the kind of cough that comes and goes with a cold. It's the kind that nags you day after day, maybe waking you up at night, interrupting your chats at the diner, or making you pause during a walk with your grandkids at the county fair. The American Lung Association says this persistent cough is showing up in 90% of seniors post-COVID, and a 2023 study in Chest Journal found that it's one of the top warning signs for lung cancer, especially in those over 65. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the U.S., claiming 150,000 lives annually, says the CDC. And seniors who've had COVID are at a 25% higher risk of developing it, according to lung cancer research. That's a 25% higher chance of facing a disease that's tough to beat if caught late. But the good news is, catching it early can boost survival rates by 60%, says the National Cancer Institute. That's why this symptom, this persistent cough, demands your attention right now. Why is a persistent cough such a big deal after COVID, and why are doctors pointing to lung cancer? Let's break it down, because understanding the why is the first step to taking action. COVID is a respiratory virus, meaning it hits your lungs hard, causing inflammation, scarring, and sometimes lasting damage. The NIH says 70% of seniors who've had COVID show signs of lung inflammation months later, even if they had a mild case. That inflammation can linger, irritating your airways and triggering a cough that just won't quit. For most, it's a sign of healing lungs, but for some, it's a red flag that something more serious is brewing. The Journal of Thoracic Oncology found that seniors with a history of COVID are 20% more likely to develop lung abnormalities, and a persistent cough is often the first clue. Lung cancer starts quietly, hiding behind symptoms we dismiss like a cough we blame on allergies, dust, or just getting over COVID, but the American Cancer Society warns that a cough lasting more than 3 weeks, especially in seniors, is a potential sign of lung cancer, with 30% of cases first presenting this way. That's a 30% chance that your cough isn't just a leftover, it's a warning your life depends on. But lung cancer isn't the only concern. A persistent cough after COVID could point to other serious issues. And as your doctor, I want you to know the full picture so you can act with confidence. It might be chronic obstructive pulmonary disease (COPD), which affects 15% of seniors and shares symptoms with lung cancer, says Thorax Journal. COPD blocks airways, making every breath a struggle, and COVID can worsen it, increasing hospitalization risk by 25% per chest. It could also be post-COVID fibrosis, where lung scarring from the virus causes a cough and shortness of breath. 10 of seniors show this, says radiology. Or it might be heart failure, where fluid backs up into the lungs, triggering a cough, especially at night. 20 of seniors over 70 have heart issues, says JAMA Cardiology. Each of these conditions is serious, but lung cancer is the one doctors are most worried about because it's so deadly if caught late. The CDC says 50% of lung cancer cases in seniors could be caught earlier with prompt action, yet 80% of us wait too long, thinking symptoms like a cough are no big deal. That's why I'm here, not to scare you, but to give you the power to act before it's too late. What makes this persistent cough so tricky is how easy it is to dismiss. You might think it's just allergies kicking up at the county fair, or the dry air in your home as winter sets in. Maybe you've been coughing since COVID, and it's become background noise like the hum of the fridge in your kitchen or the creak of your porch swing. But as a doctor who's seen patients regret waiting, I'm begging you, don't ignore it. The Lancet Respiratory Medicine says seniors with a persistent cough post-COVID are 40% more likely to face a serious diagnosis within a year, whether it's lung cancer, COPD, or heart failure. That's a 40% higher chance of a health crisis that could steal your years of baking pies with your grandkids, playing cards at the diner, or rocking on your porch with your sweetheart. The good news: acting now can make all the difference. Early detection of lung cancer boosts survival from 5% at stage 4 to 60% at stage 1, says the National Cancer Institute. That's not just a number, it's more time to live your story, to make memories that light up your family's hearts. Ever had a cough that lingered longer than you expected, maybe since COVID, and you wondered if it's something more? Share that in the comments. Your story might just inspire someone else in our legacy of old age community to take action. So what should you do if you've got this persistent cough? As your doctor and friend, I'm telling you, don't wait another day. Call your doctor today and get it checked out. A cough lasting more than 3 weeks, especially after COVID, is a red flag that needs attention. Ask for a chest X-ray. It's a simple test that can spot lung abnormalities, catching cancer, or COPD early. If you've smoked in the past, even years ago, push for a low-dose CT scan. The American Lung Association says it catches lung cancer in 80% of early cases among high-risk seniors. For heart concerns, an echocardiogram can check for fluid buildup, ruling out heart failure. Blood tests can also check for inflammation markers or infection, which 15% of post-COVID seniors show, says Journal of Infectious Diseases. And here's a tip that's pure gold: keep a cough diary. Write down when it started, how often it happens, whether it's dry or wet, if it's worse at night or after eating, and any other symptoms like shortness of breath, chest pain, or weight loss. That's like handing your doctor a roadmap to figure out what's going on and get you the right care fast. If you're not sure where to start, call your primary care doctor. They'll guide you. Maybe even order a spirometry test to measure lung function, which catches COPD in 90% of cases, says Thorax. Ever noticed a symptom that made you pause, maybe a cough or tightness in your chest, and you thought about calling the doctor but held off? Share that in the comments. Your experience could be a wake-up call for someone watching. Now, I know going to the doctor can feel daunting. Maybe you're worried about what they'll find, or you don't want to make a fuss over just a cough. But as someone who's sat with patients through these moments, I promise you, acting early is your superpower. The Journal of Geriatric Oncology says seniors who seek care within a month of symptoms like a persistent cough are 50% more likely to catch lung cancer at a treatable stage, compared to those who wait 6 months or more. That's a 50% better chance of beating it, of getting back to your life, your family, your porch swings, and county fair days. And even if it's not cancer, maybe it's COPD, fibrosis, or heart failure, early treatment can add years to your life. Years to bake pies with your grandkids, play chess at the diner, or watch the sunset with your sweetheart. The American Heart Association says early heart failure treatment boosts survival by 30%, and COPD management cuts hospitalizations by 25% per chest. You're not just checking a cough, you're choosing to fight for every moment that matters. Stopping this persistent cough from becoming a bigger problem starts with knowing what it might mean. But it doesn't end there. You've got tools to protect your lungs, strengthen your body, and live longer. All while keeping life delicious and joyful. Let's dive into some practical steps that fit your life like a glove, starting with a simple check you can do at home. Monitor your breathing. Sit quietly for a minute, maybe on your porch with a glass of water, and count how many breaths you take. Normal is 12 to 20 per minute. If you're breathing faster, feeling short of breath, or coughing more when you exert yourself, like walking to the mailbox or climbing the stairs, note it in your diary and tell your doctor. The Lancet Respiratory Medicine says 20% of seniors with persistent cough post-COVID show reduced lung function, and catching it early can prevent worse damage. Another tip: stay hydrated. Drink 8 cups of water daily. It keeps mucus thin, easing coughs by 15%, says Journal of Respiratory Research. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber for flavor, perfect for sipping while you're at the county fair, watching the kids ride the bumper cars. And here's a game changer: practice pursed lip breathing. Inhale through your nose for 2 seconds, then exhale through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle for 4 seconds, 5 minutes a day. Chest Journal says it boosts lung capacity by 25%, helping you breathe easier and cough less, whether it's cancer, COPD, or fibrosis. To protect your lungs long term, let's talk about foods that love them back, foods that keep inflammation down, your airways clear, and your body strong without the risks of lung cancer or other complications. Start with berries: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. 1 cup gives 3 grams of fiber and antioxidants that reduce lung inflammation by 20%, says Journal of Nutrition. They're low sugar, heart-friendly, and perfect for breakfast oatmeal, smoothies, or snacking while you're sitting on the porch watching the grandkids play tag. Spinach is another lung saver. 1 cup has 150 micrograms of folate, cutting inflammation by 15%, per American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Toss it in salads for lunch at the diner, blend it into smoothies for breakfast, or saute it with garlic for a dinner side that tastes like home. And don't sleep on salmon. 2 servings a week give omega-3s that lower lung cancer risk by 10%, says Lung Cancer Research. Grill it with lemon for a county fair-inspired dinner, maybe with friends over, the table buzzing with laughter. These foods aren't just healthy, they're delicious, keeping your lungs strong so you can breathe easy, whether you're chasing grandkids or rocking on your porch swing. Here's a recipe to make your lungs smile: a spinach berry salad with walnut crunch. Take 2 cups of fresh spinach. Folate cuts inflammation by 15%, says Journal of Nutrition. Add half a cup of mixed berries. Antioxidants reduce lung stress by 20%, per Journal of Nutrition. Toss in a tablespoon of chopped walnuts. Omega-3s lower heart strain by 15%, says Journal of the American College of Cardiology. For dressing, whisk 1 tablespoon olive oil, a squeeze of lemon juice, and a pinch of black pepper. Olive oil boosts lung function by 10%, says Thorax. Toss it together. Serve it at lunch with a glass of water, maybe at the diner with your best friend, the jukebox playing softly in the background. This salad is sugar-free, fiber-packed, and tastes fresh, keeping your lungs, heart, and body strong, cutting inflammation by 20%, says Journal of Nutrition. It's perfect for a family barbecue or a quiet meal on the porch, watching the sunset. Which part of this salad, spinach, berries, walnuts are you excited to try? Drop it in the comments. Let's swap some kitchen ideas. Another lung protector. Keep your air clean. Indoor pollutants like dust or smoke can worsen coughs, and seniors post-COVID are 20% more sensitive, says Environmental Health Perspectives. Use a HEPA air purifier in your bedroom. It cuts irritants by 30%, easing coughs, per Journal of Respiratory Research. Place it near your bed, maybe while you're reading stories to your grandkids, their laughter filling the room. Avoid smoking or secondhand smoke if you smoke. Quitting slashes lung cancer risk by 50% after 10 years, says the CDC. Ask your doctor for patches or support groups. You don't have to do it alone. And here's a simple move. Get vaccinated. Flu and pneumonia shots cut infection risk by 25% in seniors, says Journal of Infectious Diseases, protecting lungs already stressed by COVID. Schedule them at your next checkup, maybe before the county fair season, so you can enjoy the rides and cotton candy stands worry-free. These steps clean air, no smoke. Vaccines keep your lungs strong, cutting cough triggers by 20%, says Thorax. Picture your bedroom, air purifier humming softly, your lungs breathing easy as you sleep, ready for another day of life's joys. What's your lung protecting trick? Maybe a food or habit you've picked up. Share it in the comments. Let's keep those lungs strong. Now, let's talk about staying proactive, because a persistent cough is your body's way of saying, listen to me. And listening could save your life. Beyond seeing your doctor, check your weight weekly. Unexplained weight loss is a lung cancer sign in 15% of seniors, says Journal of Thoracic Oncology. Use a simple scale at home, maybe in your bathroom, and note any changes in your diary. Stay active. 10 minutes of gentle walking daily, maybe around your neighborhood or the park where the grandkids play, boosts lung function by 15%, says Journal of Aging and Physical Activity. It's not about running marathons. It's about moving your body, feeling the breeze, keeping your lungs working smoothly. And don't skip sleep. 7 to 8 hours nightly clears lung toxins, cutting inflammation by 10%, says Sleep Medicine. Set a bedtime, maybe after watching the sunset from your porch, the crickets chirping softly. These habits, weight checks, walks, sleep aren't just health tips. They're your armor, keeping you strong against whatever your cough might mean. Imagine walking through your garden, sleeping soundly, your body ready to fight, because you've got too many memories left to make. Which habit are you excited to try? Maybe a daily walk or a better sleep routine? Drop it in the comments. Let's inspire each other to stay strong. As we wrap up, let's bring it home. This persistent cough, showing up in 90% of seniors after COVID, isn't just a nuisance. It's a call to action, a chance to protect your lungs, your health, your years. Whether it's lung cancer, COPD, fibrosis, or heart failure, acting now can mean the difference between catching something early or wishing you had. The Journal of Geriatric Oncology says early action boosts survival by 50. That's not just a statistic. It's more mornings baking pies with your grandkids, more afternoons playing cards at the diner, more evenings rocking on your porch with your sweetheart, watching the stars come out. You're not just fighting a cough. You're fighting for your legacy, for every laugh, every hug, every sunset that makes life worth living. I'm so grateful you're here, part of our legacy of old age family, learning, growing, and sharing with us every step of the way. What grabbed you most today? Maybe you've had a cough that's lingered, or you're ready to try that spinach berry salad. Your story could save someone. Share it in the comments. I read every single one, and it might light up our community like a firework. If this video hit home, smash that like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe with the bell to catch every life-changing tip we've got coming. Together, we're building something epic, a family that lives long, loves deep, and fights smart. Here's to countless days of health, joy, and the fire to keep going. I'll see you in the next one. Stay bold, stay vibrant, and keep building your legacy.